Okay, sorry guys for the AI voice. I don't really feel like using my real voice right now because I just wanted to make this video quick save for a few moments later on. Sorry everyone, but at least you won't have to deal with it along with my constant sneezing from my allergies. I hate spring as you can tell. Let alone the fact that my editing software added a bunch of new AI voices and I hate all of them, so bear with me here. The console looks absolutely fantastic. I love the improvements of 256 gigabytes of storage, and the system can now output up to 4K resolution and 120 frames per second. I find this impressive given the fact that Nintendo is almost always a bit behind current gen, so them having something up to par is pretty cool. Playing Xenoblade 2 at 1080p on handheld mode is gonna be awesome, I swear. However, this does come to its price of $450 bucks. What worries me, however, is the delayed pre-orders because of the tariffs. Listen, this channel is never meant to be about politics or cover political topics. However, with how this console is being affected by topics such as these, I might have to cover it. Because of the pre-orders getting delayed, I do worry a bit about the console price rising because in this economy, I am not paying $600 for a video game console just to play the new Zelda and Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. Speaking of those two, let's move on to the games. The first-party support for the console does seem really good. While I'm not really interested in most of them besides the new Zelda and Mario Kart, but those are for two completely different reasons that I'll get into later. Most of my excitement went towards the third party, for I am a single-player type person compared to Nintendo's family-friendly stuff. So for third party, we are getting absolute bangers such as Cyberpunk, a Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, and
Yakuza 0 Director's Cut!
Yeah, that was easily my highlight of the Direct. As you guys may know, Yakuza 0 was my game of the year in 2024, so having not only a port of it, but a director's cut. It makes me really excited for it. You know what, let's just focus on this game for a bit since it is one of my most anticipated games for the Switch too. I am very excited for the 26 minutes of new cutscenes, and the red light battle mode looks really cool. My only nitpick is the English dub. So here are my thoughts on the Yakuza / Like a Dragon dubs. I think the acting itself is great. I just think some of the voices don't match the characters. For example, Nanba from the Like a Dragon game's voice is too deep in my opinion, and it makes him sound older than someone such as Adachi. For context, Adachi is supposed to be 60 in infant wealth and Nanba has the deeper voice, and it doesn't really match Nanba because he is around his mid-40s. This also goes along with Yong as Kiryu. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure Yong is a good person and I feel horrible for saying this, but I don't think he should have been Kiryu. Instead, they should have kept the person who voiced him in Yakuza Like a Dragon back in 2020. The issue with Yong isn't the acting, but rather his voice. Kiryu is supposed to be 55 in infinite wealth while Yong is 33. He is too young to be a 55-year-old and his voice just doesn't fit. And don't get me started on his karaoke songs because good grief are they horrible with that stupid auto-tune. So him being back in Yakuza 0 on one hand worries me, but on the other hand, might not be so bad. Kiryu is supposed to be 20 in 0, so he might work better for this game.
Oh, and P.S. If they mess up my baby boy Nishikiyama's voice, I will literally get a time machine and go back in time and destroy this game from development. If they make an English dub and my baby boy's voice is horrible, it doesn't exist anymore. It just won't exist.
So that'll end that segment. Let's go on to the new Zelda game. While I think Age of Imprisonment looks good, there are some things that I'm skeptical about and things that might make the experience worse than Age of Calamity. You see, I vastly preferred Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. I thought the story and lore was better and the atmosphere immersed me more. Now pay attention to the part about story and lore. In Breath of the Wild, there are memories aka cutscenes from the past and we can see deceased characters, and while there weren't a lot of scenes with said characters, I kinda liked them. So Age of Calamity being announced was awesome for someone who was very hyper-fixated on Zelda at the time and wanted more about Breath of the Wild's lore. For Tears of the Kingdom though, we barely get to know about the sages, and while one can argue that we can learn more about them in Age of Imprisonment, I feel it just removes the already established attachment we had with the champions in Breath of the Wild instead of the sages. Heck, the sages don't even have names, so I barely cared about them in Tears of the Kingdom, while the champions had their own backstories and unique designs, and get this, they had names. The game does look fun though. If I am able to get a Switch 2 with these atrocious game prices, I am planning to pick this one up.
Okay guys, so I'll keep this one in my normal voice, but Nintendo, what were you thinking? Why are these games like $80? Cause like, have they seen the economy going on lately? Like, your console costs like $450 to get, but your games are like $80, $90. That's ridiculous to get paid $80 for a video game. Like $70, I don't like it, but like it's normal and everything, I guess. But no, $80 is ridiculous. Cause like, who wants to pay $80 for a Mario Kart game? That's like the only reason I'm not gonna buy it. It looks good, honestly, but $80 is a big fat no. But that makes me sad though, because the developers and stuff, the game looks really good. All the games look really good, man. For Imprisonment, as I said before, still looks like a good game and everything. But $80 is ridiculous to pay for a video game. And honestly, Nintendo games don't even go on sale that much. So that's even worse. This is not like PlayStation or Steam, where like just sale like every other week. Like, fun fact, I got almost the entire Yakuza series. Sorry for that cut off, but I got the entire Yakuza series for about $35, and that was thanks to PlayStation sales. So, imagine to pay about over $150 for the entire series, but that's just another topic, I'm sorry. But, this means that it could set a new industry standard. People will be like, hey, Nintendo's charging $80 for their games, and they're selling well. Maybe GTA 6 could be $100. GTA 6 $100, man, imagine that. And then, who knows, maybe the new Zelda, a brand new Zelda, Legend of Zelda, Heir of the Wild, I don't know. Legend of Zelda, Heir of the Wild, $100 for that. For open world Zelda game. You see what I'm saying, Riz, right? It's just like not a good. It's just really frustrating to the consumer, especially considering the economy right now, and tariffs and everything. That's all I'm gonna get to it, but like groceries are expensive. I don't know, man. Paying that much money for a video game is ridiculous, in my opinion. You should have just stopped at 60, in my opinion, but there's that. So those are my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments and everything. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like my content. Like the video or dislike the video if you disagree or agree. I'd like to hear your thoughts below. Yes, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye. I love you all. Bye.